Welcome to the Everton Women's Show. I'm here with Sarah Halpin to talk all things Everton women because she's the guru. She's the one who knows everything about Everton's. She goes on the bus with them. She stays in the hotels with them. She goes to games with them. You can't get any closer to Everton women than Sarah Halpin. Sarah, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Ped. It's good to be back on, and yeah, it's been a good week for Everton women. So feeling, and of course for Everton as well. So all smiles here.
Yeah, you as you said, good week. Travelled down to Reading after beating Birmingham City to get that first win in the season, and a really comprehensive victory against Reading, 3-0 victory. All the goals in the first half to put any nerves to bed. And another three points, back-to-back wins. So was it as easy as it looked with probably what people seen from the highlights?
I would say we were in total control. I think it helped massively. Anna Ambergard scored the first goal 2 minutes in, and I think you get your first goal of the game, and if you carry on playing the way that you are, that you're going to take the 3 points home. And from the moment we took the lead, we were just in total control, to be honest. I think Willie Kirk said in his interview, it probably wasn't a 3-0 half. We scored all the goals in the first half, but it was certainly a 3-0 game. And, we just looked totally comfortable and confident throughout, which is exactly what we needed. And of course, I think that the main thing to take from it was our first clean sheet of the season as well, which is huge for the girls and the confidence as well. So yeah, a really, really satisfying 3 points it was.
Has much changed? Because obviously first two games, obviously really two tough games against a couple of the best teams in the league. Has anything changed, like tactically, have you noticed? Because obviously Willie Kirk come under a lot of criticism for changing the system, going to 3 at the back, obviously lots of new signings. So is it just a case that it's settled down in the last couple of games and Everton are playing weaker opposition? Or has he changed the system now that suits maybe the team a little bit more?
Yeah, he's changed the system as well. We've seen Leonie Meyer come in as well, who's our proper, German international right back. We've been missing her for the first 2 games. So we have players coming in and having to play sort of makeshift as right wing back position, and it didn't really work out. So we've gone back to a flat back 4. Gabby George has been absolutely superb at centre half. Leonie Meyer's come in and looked really solid as well. And I think that just shoring up at the back and people knowing more where they are on the pitch. And, no disrespect to Reading as well, but it has been weaker opposition in Birmingham and Reading than with Manchester City and Chelsea. So I think both the factors of changing things back to something that we know is more secure and works, and the fact that the opponents maybe have been a little bit easier. But to be fair, Reading are a really tough and physical team. But I think having Leonie Meyer back in, a proper right back for that position, has made a massive difference, and just means that when Everton attack, we're so high in the press, constantly pressing in possession, and having that solid back 4, I think just makes it easier for the attacking players if we get caught out a role.
How have the other new players settled down? The ones have come in because, are they, is it happening slowly, or are we getting a little bit more integration now into the side? I only say that because I watched the highlights of last week, and anyone who's looking from the inside out, who's outside in even, who's trying to sort of get to terms with what's happening in the team, they might see someone like Tony Duggan, who was brought in, has come back from Spain, yet to register a goal. How's she performing as well as the other new players? Because I think people from the outside, as I said, would have thought there would have been an immediate impact maybe on the score sheet. Is she contributing to the team's improvement going forward this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, with Tony Duggan, obviously she's come back in after she made a name really at Everton those years ago, gone on to be successful in different countries, different clubs, winning lots of trophies, and her coming back gets people excited. And sometimes I think people expect maybe that, she's going to start firing the goals in straight away. But what we're seeing as well is with such a strong squad, we're seeing players played in various different positions as well. So you might get Tony playing through the middle, you might see her on the wing. We're seeing lots of different personnel in different games because we're getting used to what is the best starting 11, because I don't think we're sure what that is at this moment in time, because we've got such strength in depth. But for example, I think the prime example of what Tony Duggan is good at is, other than scoring goals, which she definitely will get to this season, I've no doubt about that whatsoever. But in the game against Birmingham, it was a crucial goal as well, and her little 1-2 with Hannah Bennison, and Hannah finished the move with a wonderful strike. Tony showed her class in little moves like that, that 1-2 and setting Hannah up, and she works ever so hard, even if she's not coming up with the goals just yet. I think she had I was laughing with Kenza and Grace the other day, because Kenza Darley had pretty much set up what would have been nail on, you'd think, Tony Duggan to score, but Grace took it on, and Kenza was giving her a bit of stick about that one. So no, I think Tony Duggan, she might just be a little bit more slow getting off the mark, but she's a class player, world-class player, and I'm sure that the goals and the assists will start to come.
Yeah, as you said there, Claire Emsley scored Everton's second goal after Anna Avogard, and Danielle Taylor scored the third goal with a lovely free kick just before half-time as well, just to get that complete control. Everton even had enough time to miss a penalty in the second half as well, didn't he? Which is, it's fair. That's on brand with Everton, universally, isn't it? But no, a great win, and back-to-back wins, massively important after the difficult start we've seen. The confidence must be flowing in them now, knowing that they're all showing what people thought they would show. Because as Willie Kirk said, every time I've seen him interviewed, the pressure after that second defeat was huge going into the Birmingham game. After buying so many players, does the pressure feel like it's coming off a little bit now with back-to-back victories? Yeah,
massively. I think it was no secret that the start of the season was poor, and one that everybody was bitterly disappointed in, none more so than the staff and the players. And I think that Birmingham game was crucial. It got to about 15 minutes left at 1-1, and you're starting to think, this is a must win. Of course, we got that over the line, and then you turned to Reading, and that was a must win. So to come away with the 3 points, 3 goals, a clean sheet, the journey home was so much more enjoyable. Everybody feels that little bit more relaxed, enjoying themselves a bit more, I think. Still very much focused and determined, because the group of players are constantly saying that there's so much more to come from them, still not performing anywhere like at the best that they can do. So that in itself is an exciting thing, I think, to know that there's so much more to come from this team. But getting them back-to-back wins is huge. It's moved us up the table. Yeah. We've gone above Manchester City now as well, same a number of games played and stuff. So I think if we can win those games against the teams that are, we're used to finishing above, and then we can get something off the teams above us, then we're going in the right direction. And obviously we've got an opportunity to do that this weekend with one of the big boys in Arsenal.
Yeah, we'll speak about that in a minute. But just finally, you mentioned Man City there. That defeat at the beginning of the season just seems so much more frustrating now after you've seen their run of form. They were beaten at the weekend 2-0 by West Ham at home, and it just seems, if it had been played at a slightly different time, or the formation was set, or the players were a bit more bedded in, whatever, that would have been a lot more even game. And it's just so frustrating that the women went down on the first game of the season to a Man City team who just seem to be really out of sorts at the moment.
Oh, definitely. I think, when I look at the results of the 4, that's the one that really is the one that I can't seem to make peace with, because of, like you said, the fact that City are depleted at the moment. They're a team that's struggling in confidence. They've got so many injuries right now, and you look at them and think it really would have been expected. As I keep saying as well, I did expect we'd get something from that game, whether it be a win or a draw. So to come away with a 4-0 loss is so frustrating, especially when you see how much that team's struggling. As you said, I think sometimes just first game of the season, first round of fixtures, kind of anything can happen and anything goes. And as you said, if maybe we were playing them last week instead of the first week of the season, maybe it had been a different result. But we just have to hope that we've learned from those lessons, and we've got another go to have a chance to get 3 points off them later in the season when we go to the away leg. So hopefully by that point we're more bedded in, and we can really give them a good go with a full strength side as well.
Definitely. Before we move on to Arsenal, let's hear from two of the goal scorers, Anna Advocaat and Danielle Turner.
Now, Anna, I'm going to start with you. You opened your account for Everton today. You opened the scoring here, 2 minutes in, a lovely finish from a tight angle. You must be thrilled to get off the mark for Everton.
Yeah, of course, and I'm very happy that I could help the team and to score that early in the game. It's important, so yeah, I'm very happy about it.
Absolutely, and of course, it must have been frustrating for you to miss out last week. So how good was it to get back in the team and find that flow?
Yeah, of course, it was hard last week when I missed the game. So it was really nice to get back on the pitch and, as I said, help the team score some goals.
Absolutely, and hopefully the first of many goals in your Everton career. Now, Dan, I'm absolutely delighted for you, mate. He stepped up the very end of the first half, deep into injury time. Free kick, quintessential Danielle Turner free kick. How proud are you to see that one flying into the back of the net?
Yeah, obviously it's pleasing to go in. I work a lot on them, especially the day before a game, and they were decent yesterday in training. I said to Tony I was confident I was going to score one, so pleasing to get that one. But I'm actually more pleased with the clean sheet, I think, because obviously that's so important for us, our first one of the season, so important for us to go going forward. And obviously it's a tough place to come here at Reading, so to score 3 goals, keep a clean sheet away from home is really pleasing, and I think the most exciting thing is there's so much more to come from us. We still know we've got a lot of improvement to make, so a pleasing day overall.
Absolutely, you just mentioned the clean sheet there. That's massive, isn't it? Obviously the first one of the season. Do the group feel much more confident knowing now we've got that under our belts? Yeah,
definitely, it's massive, not just as a defender but as a team. Obviously you want to keep clean sheets if you want to be successful, so yeah, I think for me the clean sheet is more important than the goal today for me.
Absolutely. And how proud are you leading this team? It was a tricky start to the season, we know that. 2 wins on the bounce, getting full of that confidence now.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're just trying to get better each week. We still know we've got improvements to make, and as I say, there's still so much more to come, but it's about just little improvements week in, week out, and that's all we can keep doing. And obviously an improved performance today, and hopefully we still got to make improvements looking into Arsenal next week, and we'll work hard on the training pitch and make sure that we're fully prepared for that.
Definitely. And you just mentioned there Arsenal next, Anna. You looking forward to that one? Would you like to keep your tally going and then try and get a goal against Arsenal, who are of course a very, very strong side in this league?
Yeah, of course I would like to score some goals, but most important is that it will be a hard game. Arsenal is a really good team, and we have, as Dan said, we had a few things we need to work on during this week. So we'll go back now, and then we have the week to work hard, and hopefully we'll do a great game against Arsenal.
Right, so Arsenal Sunday, they are top of the league. They've won 4 out of 4. They've just battered Aston Villa. People are scoring chipped goals from 40 odd yards. Everything's going for them. They're absolutely flying. How do Everton beat them? Come on, Sarah. How are Everton women going to beat Arsenal women on Sunday?
Oh, they are just absolutely fire. I've got to say, actually, I've been a little bit surprised just how good Arsenal have been this season. Sold a few key players over the summer, albeit they've brought in some as well, but they just look a different class. A little bit, something that could give us a bit of confidence perhaps is the fact that they played in the Champions League this week to Barcelona, and they lost 4-1. So hopefully it would have dented their confidence a little bit.
Yeah.
Barcelona are the reigning champions in Europe, but a fantastic side. But they've obviously had to play 90 minutes. Would have been a tough game against really, really top opponents. And hopefully, their confidence has taken a little bit of a knock as well. They've been so used to winning. It's how teams respond. On the flip side, they are going to look to respond and really hit Everton. But we've certainly got the ability to go to Bournemouth and get something from the game. But we're going to have to be absolutely at our very best and kind of maybe hope that Arsenal are feeling a little bit of fatigue as well from the Barcelona game.
Yeah, but to me, this definitely strikes me as a game of Everton have to do something in this game because they've been beaten by Manchester City, by 4. They've been beaten by Chelsea by 4. This is a game where they have to turn up and they have to, just get something out of it, just dog something out of the game. Listen, can they go there and get 3 points? I don't know, maybe they can, but I think you have to show a little bit of themselves that maybe they've showed in the last couple of weeks. Because I think what will happen is if, you can say this about any team in the world, by the way, this is not just Everton women. Is people will just say, "Oh, those 2 games, that's what you are." But when you play the good side, you're not capable of stepping up. So I think this is a huge fixture where, listen, everything's on Arsenal to win it. Everton can feel no pressure in this game, and I hope that's how they take it. Because if they look at it like, "Oh, we've got to get something out of this," that might put too much pressure on them. But I just think for people to look at them and say these can qualify for the Champions League, I think they've got to go and try and grind something out and make it very, very difficult. And even if they go 1-0 behind, don't just suddenly see the second and the third and the fourth, a little bit like we did against Man City and Chelsea. So very important game. I know this, to me, forget about the first 2 games. This is a big marker, I think, for the season to say, yeah, we've got over those first 2 games. We're in our stride now, and we're capable of taking on the big teams.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely spot on, Ped. We need to get a result against one of the teams, from the standard top 3, if you like. We've obviously already lost in a big way to 2 of them. So if we were to go to Arsenal, as you rightly said, now that we have come into a little bit of form, we've won 2 on the bounce, things are gelling a little bit more. If we can go there and even to get a point there, I think would make people look at us and go, oh, okay, there is something in this team, because otherwise, people are just going to know us as the team that is, unbeaten against every team that finishes below us, but loses to the teams above us. At some point, we have to convert those losses into points or 3 points, because, as you said as well, we go a goal behind, we can hold our own often in these games. It can be 0-0, half an hour in, 40 minutes in, really, not much in the game, and we concede 1, 2, 3 quickly, and that's the game dead and buried then. So we really need to show togetherness and fight and desire in the game at Arsenal, and obviously play some good stuff as well, because they are no mugs. They will punish you like Chelsea, Arsenal. You give them a sniff and they will punish you. So we've got to be at it. But if we get a result there, that's when I think people, and including the team, the team and the players themselves, once they get that point or 3 points against one of those teams, maybe that then will help the belief come from themselves as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're absolutely right on that. I think once one of these results is got, you get over that hump of getting one of these results, I think a lot will change in this team. Just finally, just before we let you go, how's the team looking in terms of injuries and everything else? Do you think Willie Kirk will be able to put out his best team this week? Because obviously that will be really important to put out the best side he possibly can.
Absolutely. Well, it was good to see Valerie Gauvin get some minutes as well towards the end of the game the other day. She's somebody that can be really, really important to us going forward once she's fully fit and ready. We saw Natalie Bjorn was missing, but hopefully she should be back for the Arsenal game. She's already shown her class so far this season. I think we're actually looking pretty good for injuries at the moment, obviously, other than the really devastating one to Nico Sorensen. Having Leonie Meyer back in the squad is fantastic to see. So yeah, I think if we can have a good week in training and keep everybody fit, then we've got every chance. It'll be tough, but we've got every chance of going to Boreham Wood on Sunday and causing a little bit of an upset, which, hopefully we can do.
Yeah, superb. Yeah, it's on 3 o'clock on Sunday. There's no Premier League game, so there's no reason why you should not be switching this game on and cheering on the Everton women. Big thank you to Sarah, as ever, for sharing all her wisdom and knowledge with us on the Everton women's team. We'll be back next week. Thanks for watching. See you later.